Hi there, today I'd like to demonstrate for you Shalex Stickit. It's a new product. It's designed to rebond delaminated substrates in situ, and to put that in layman's terms, it basically means to fix things where they are without having to take them away. A good example of a debonded substrate is what we refer to as a drummy tile. A drummy tile is where the tile is actually coming away from the surface that it's been laid on because of a problem with the adhesive. Now, it's quite a common issue around the home. A lot of people wouldn't be aware of it. If you don't fix a tile once it does debond, you risk cracking that tile. And if you get to a stage where you've got a cracked tile, you've got some real issues, because if it's an older home and you haven't got replacement tiles, you're going to live with a cracked tile. So the real approach is to fix it rather than let it get to the point where it becomes a problem. We've got an issue here, and I've identified this today. I've actually marked out with tape here, as you can see, an area that we've identified as being drummy. Now, one of the easiest ways of telling if something is drummy is to rub a metal object over it. Now, you can hear that actually sounds quite hollow. Now, if I move it over to an area here, which we know is good, much higher pitch. So that's a good tile, there's nothing wrong with that. And as you move across here, it actually sounds quite hollow. And here's some telltale signs. You can see these salt deposits along here. This is actually where the water is coming through, and perhaps this delaminated tile is a result of water problems underneath. Now, you can use pretty much anything to identify a drummy tile. A coin, anything steel will give you that difference in sound as you rub it across the surface. Now, the Stickit kit is basically everything you need to do the job yourself. All you need is a power drill, and I'll show you just how simple that is. Within the handle, we've actually got a full kit, including all of the accessories. I'll just take those out for you now and explain them. We have a 2mm drill. This is a solid carbide drill. It will drill through pretty much anything. Now, most of what you'll be drilling through is through grout lines, but this will drill through steel, timber, it'll drill through concrete, it'll drill through tiles. Pretty much any tile that you come across, you can actually drill through the tile if you can't go through the grout line. Porcelain is especially an issue because you don't have your grout lines. You've got some matchsticks. We use those to plug the hole to stop the injection liquid from coming back out. You have your injection needle, which actually comes with a cover that should be kept on at all times so that you don't spike yourself and out of reach of children. And we also have the original spray nozzle. This comes in a reusable pack. When you've finished using it to fix your tiles and things around the house, you can actually replace the original spray nozzle and use this for spraying pesticides. Now, I've used this before. It will keep for a long time. The pack also comes with a rubber grommet. The rubber grommet allows you to keep it all nice and tight. So we screw the needle on. There's an example of the needle being screwed on. And what I'll do is I'll take my drill. We'll drill some holes through the grout line here. Now, the grout that I've actually dug out there, I'm just using a business card, but any piece of card will do, and just a small brush, I'll get rid of that, we'll try and keep that. That's very useful for actually plugging the hole after we've injected with the same colour grout, and it really minimises any difference later on. So we take the pack, it's really quite simple. Pump it up to build up some pressure. Take the cover off the needle, insert through the hole as far as you can go, and depress the trigger, and that will start injecting liquid. Now, we can try that at a number of points around that tile. If there is too much liquid coming back out that hole, it may mean that you haven't found the cavity underneath. You can see that that's coming out quite quickly. There's no cavity there. So in this situation, we've actually got a rubber grommet, which also can be used to seal things afterwards. This can be used, you just push the needle through, can be used to actually create pressure to inject it. So I've got the trigger down, I'm injecting the liquid through there, and by letting go a little bit with the pressure on the rubber grommet, you can see just how much is being injected through. Okay, so we've got liquid under all of those points. Now, pretty much every situation you come across is going to be different. I'll just give that a wipe with a rag, put the lid back on. Now, if I'm going to store that for extended periods, just release the pressure in the bottle. And what I can do is twist the needle out. We'll give that a wash. We put the rubber cap back on, and that'll store for a long time in the shed. Now, each of these holes has got liquid in it. Some tiles you'll find there's a complete area underneath which is debonded. It will take large amounts of adhesive. Other areas there might only be spots which actually are a problem. So drilling around the perimeter of the tile is the best way to identify where the issues are, and you may need to drill multiple holes to actually find the cavities. Once you've drilled, basically what we're doing is wiping up the excess with a rag. Now this is a dry rag and we're going to get most of the excess liquid away. And then a wet rag, just to remove any residue. Now you can see after I've removed that, there's some small white spots, which are basically our injection points. There's one here, one there. This is where you can take the leftover grout, just spread a little bit of that back in that hole, and work that in. And when that's dry, it's going to be pretty much invisible. That's how simple it is to use Shalex Stickit to repair delaminated substrates. And as I said, this can be used for pretty much anything that is bonded, especially tiles, whether it's limestone, slate, terracotta, natural stone. The needle is 25 millimeters long, so it will get down quite deep into the joints between larger tiles. But this product is safe, it's water-based, and it really is quite simple to inject it in under the tiles. You've fixed the problem. Now, to call a tradesman out for repair of a single tile like that, they're probably not going to be interested in the tile or the job because it's such a small job to start with. But why would you bother with a tradesman when it's as simple as that to do the job yourself? Thanks for your attention.